Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you.
He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every lap, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you.
He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. of chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every laugh, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate.
Alright, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. This is the first of 3 episodes this week. 5 races over 3 days of racing for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Start off tonight here. We're in Oswego Speedway for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. The Dirt Street Stocks here, pardon me, at Oswego Speedway. There we go. Currently in practice. Got a couple of minutes left in practice before we get on over to qualifying. So we'll get down to the track and have a look at some of these times and some of these people. Sure it's all set up properly at my end. It is. Alright, Jim at Revis, 21.221. That is quick time. Mike Davis, sorry. I was about to say Mike Revis. They've got similar ending surnames. Mike Davis, Michael Mad Dog Davis is in second quickest, 22.241. 21.318 for Josh Roberts. Chris Devers, 21.314. Or 341. 341, Bob, the other way around. Excuse me, I'm a bit under the weather this morning. Broadcast almost did not go ahead, but I thought I'd rather try and do it and succeed badly or fail badly than not do it at all. Where'd we get to? Chad Puttapole is the 5th quickest guy on the track, 21.357 with Alan Hunt, 21.358 and 21.359. Travis McDonald, just 2,000ths of a second, separating 3 different drivers there. That is very close. 21.449 and 21.494 for Kent McLean and Brett Vanderwood. 21.531 for Dawson Potter. 21.549 for Wayne Bridges. Brian Angel with a 21.611. Kelly McKellen, 21.658. 21.702 for Mikey Mixter. And Peter Davis, 22.946. Our 15 car field today. That is our... We've got one more car registered. That is the Jonathan Foxworth at B-Main Bandit machine of the 29 car. I said that so backwards. Oh, coffee. All right, that looks like practice is done. We've got to flick on over to qualifying and get this one lined up. I think we'll have 3 heats. We'll have to wait and see, though. Still to come tonight, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. They'll be at Lanier National Speedway. qualifying cams. There we go. Travis McDonald. Chris Dandridge has got the quick time so far, 22.07.1. 22.102 for Alan Hunt. We know points-wise, I believe Travis McDonald currently leading the points battle. Huh. Might be Chris Standridge. I'm not sure, actually. I don't think last week's points have been updated yet. Alright, looks like we've got just about everyone out there on the track qualified. I think we've got, oh yeah, 16 cars on the leaderboard. So qualifying is done and dusted. I'm going to jump on over to our lot of racing. So heat racing action to come up here for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Then we'll get to our feature race. We'll get to our KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds as well. A lot of racing still to come here today, guys. So stay tuned. All right, our first heat is going to be Travis McDonald and Chad Puttable on that front row. Alan Hunt and Chris Dandridge on that second row, and Jonathan Foxworth and Tina Davis on that third and final row. Oh, I'm so congested and horrible today. Sorry, guys. Try and get through this coffee as quickly as possible. Looks like Heat 1's about to get underway. Start finish line at the top side of the track, the north side of the track, commonly on the south bottom side of the screen on the display, but at the top side. So we're coming down the backstretch now. Pace truck is going to leave the track. We're going to go into 3 and 4, get this one underway. Heat 1 of the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Just 4 weeks left in this competition. Brett Vanderwood, good luck out there, brother. Thank you for the like. Good luck, all he says in the chat. Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt, Chad Puttable, the 3, Chris Dandridge, Jonathan Foxworth, and Tina Davis, the top 5, the back 5, back 6, sorry, the back 3 is what I was trying to say. 6 cars in this field. Holy cow. I'll spit that out eventually. much follow the leader. The second, third, and fourth cars quite racy. Maybe second, third, fourth, and fifth there. As we get a light from Dawson Potter as well. Good luck for you too, brother. Get out there and show them how it's done. Travis McDonald, our race leader in Heat 1. Alan Hunt still second. Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Man Bandit, in third. Chad Putterbowl currently fourth with Chris Standridge and Tina Davis behind them. Lap 4 of 6. White flag lap, last lap of Heat 1. Travis McDonald, I believe him or Chris Standridge are our current points leader. We'll wait and see at the feature who takes the EOL. But in the 3 and 4 for the last time for Heat 1 is Travis McDonald. And Jonathan Foxworth second and third, it looks like. And our official results up on the screen in just a moment. Come on, results. Who are we waiting on? Tina. So once Tina closes out of the race, there we go. We should get our results coming through in just a second. We're about to get over to the grid. All right, Tina Davis looks like she finished in 6th place. Yoda Outlaws, Chris Standridge in 5th. DWR Dirt Warrior Racing, Joe Putterball in 4th. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 3rd. Alan Hunt in 2nd. But T-Mac, Travis McDonald will take out the win in the Heat 1 round of the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Let's get to Heat 2 as quickly as we can because they are about to start rolling out. Ken McLean and Josh Roberts in this one. Brett Vanderwood and Callum McKellen 2nd row. Brian Angel will be on that 3rd and final row. We're ready to get this one underway. Pace Track has left the track. The boys coming through 3 and 4. Off we go, and racing Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel, the Yoda Outlaws drivers, the Fan Motorsports, J&J Motorsports, Modding Mafia. We've got them all today. On the static cams. Not bad, crew. Josh Roberts, Cam McLean, they're battling it for Heat 2 here. Callum McKellen, Brett Vanderwood back behind them with Brett Vanderwood's teammate Brian Angel there as well. McKellen, does he normally run the 21 number? I believe he does. Looks like it is the car. It is a 21 branded car, and that's probably why he's running it. You get a chance to talk to him. Well, I have to ask him. Alright, white flag, a lap, last lap for Heat 2. One more heat race to come for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks at Oswego Speedway. There we have it. Heat 2 done and dusted. Results already ready for us. So let's Alright. Okay. So Heat 2 results. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 5th place. Mo Digger Murphy's Kellen McKellen 4th. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brett Vanderwood in 3rd. Josh Roberts for J&J Motorsports in 2nd. Kent McLean for BAM Motorsports in 1st. Alright, Heat 3, the last of our heat races for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Grid is as follows. Jim Revis and Wayne Bridges on that front row. Mikey Mixture and Dawson Potter 2nd row. Mike Davis on that 3rd and final row. Alright, here we go. Final heat race for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks is about to begin. Heat 3. We are smashing through these heat races at the moment. Off we go, and racing. Jim Revis, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis. That is the 5-car field for Heat 3. Dawson Potter down on that low line, really battling Mikey Mixter, as well as Wayne Bridges up on that high line. Mike Davis got the best view in the house for best seat in the house for this battle. Oh, Wayne up into the wall a little bit. Mikey Mixter had to back off. Didn't look like there's going to be much room there. 3 and 4 there. Looks like Dawson got caught up into the wall. Wayne Bridges able to take advantage of that, move into 2nd. Mikey Mixter, though, got caught up in that back part of the field. He's dropped back to 4th. Dawson's up into 3rd. Mike Davis back there in 5th place as Jim Revis continues to run away with this. Still same racing order: Jim Revis, Dawson, Wayne Bridges, Dawson, Potter, Mikey, Mixter. White flag lap. As Jim comes through 3 and 4 for that last time. Heat racing is done for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks here tonight. Only 4 feature races counting tonight before we crown a champion. Results for Heat 3 as follows. Mike Davis from Modig Mafia in 5th. Mikey Mixter 4th. K. Chasbury and Dawson Potter in 3rd. Wayne Bridges in 2nd. DWI Dirt Warrior Racing Jim Revis in 1st. Alright, as they start to grid up there, we see Dawson Potter and Travis McDonald pull out of the field. They are our, Dawson was our victor. Travis McDonald, our points leader from last week. So the grid will be as follows. It will be Jim Revis and Ken McLean on that front row. Josh Robertson, Alan Hunt, 2nd row. 3rd row is Jonathan Foxworth and Wayne Bridges. 5th row is going to be Kelly McKellen and Brett Vanderwood. Chris Standridge and Chad Puttable on that 5th row. Mike Davis and Mike Mixter, 6th row. 7th row is going to be Brian Angel and Tina Davis. And then it'll be Dawson Potter and Travis McDonald to round out the rest of that car field. That 16 car field. Go and racing 35 laps here at Oswego Speedway, our feature race. Jim Revis, Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges at 5, Jonathan Foxworth, Brett Vanderwood, Chad Puttable, Mikey Mixter, Kelly McKellen at 6 to 10. Chris Standridge, Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Tina Davis, the 11 to 16 as we get this one underway. Vanderwood up into the wall a little bit there. Crazy as we keep this one running. Jim Revis is that racing leader there. Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges. That was their teammates, Chris Standridge and Brett Vanderwood there. Inside the Kelly McKellen, inside the 8 of Brett Vanderwood, back to Kelly McKellen. Cameras don't know who they want to highlight. Cameraman turn there, getting some great photos. One cam. How are we all, guys and girls? This, of course, is Sunday night American time, Monday morning Australian, for our first of 3 days worth of Knuckleheadz iRacing at League broadcast on BobbethTV. Hope your weekend was great. Let us know in the chat how it was. Keen to have a convo with you all while we watch some awesome racing. Let us know who you're here to see. As long as it's not me, I won't be putting me on the camera. 7 of 35, a fifth of the way in to this 35 lap feature race for the REECE Body Dirt Street Stocks. We've got a month, 4 weeks worth of racing counting tonight to go before we crown our division champions. Coming up to the tail end of this seasonal run. Lap 9 of 35. We are running a good green flag run here. Jim Revers, Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges still in the 5. Jonathan Foxworth, Chapman the ball, Kelly McKellen, Chris Standridge, Mikey Mix to the 6 to 10, 11 to 16, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Brian Angel, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, and Tina Davis. Now 11 to 35, we are still green. A couple of different little packs going on there. Jim Revis, Ken McLean are battling up the front. Josh Roberts has got a little bit of a gap behind them and a gap ahead of 4th place while he's in 3rd. Then it's Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges and Jonathan Foxworth. Then we've got a big pack of Chad Goodbye, Mikey Mixer, Chris Standridge, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Tina Tavis McDonald, sorry, Dawson Potter and Tina Davis. So caution had come out. I did see a car hit the wall. Let's see if we can have a better look at that. Well, I hope it wasn't what I think it was there. Looks like it's Jim Revers, Kelly McKellen and Travis McDonald. Let's have a look here. Oh, maybe as they came past Tina Davis. Oh yeah, Tina got up into the leader there. Oh no. Not what you want to happen at that stage of the race. Thank you for the like, Thomas Dennis. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Alright, looks like the new lineup is going to be Ken McLean and Josh Roberts in that front row, Alan Hunt and Wayne Bridges 2nd, Jonathan Foxworth and Chad Prettybowl 3rd, Mikey Mixer and Chris Sanders on that 4th row, Brett Vanderwood and Mike Davis on that 5th row, Brian Angel and Travis McDonald at 6th row, Dawson Potter and Kelly McKellen on that 7th row with Tina Davis on that 8th row. Jim Revis will be on the 8th row as well once he leaves the pit exit. Alright, lap 14 of 35 underway. One caution in this 35 lap battle so far for the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks here at Oswego Speedway. We're up to Lanier National Speedway after this. Had been probably UMP Modifieds, Dirt UMP Mods in action up next. Jim Revis already racing his way up through that field. Started rear of field. He's currently in 13th, battling Brian Angel for that 12th spot. Up the front, though, the top five: Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, and Jonathan Foxworth currently. Mikey Mixter battling it out there in the mid-pack, 7th and 8th. Beating and banging there. Mikey Mixter, Chris Down should look like Mike Davis, possibly Travis McDonald. Seems to be around that spot here where we're looking now. Ken McLean, we can see on the track map there, he has really generated a bit of a lead on that pack, 1.8 seconds. Alan Hunt and Josh Roberts back there battling for second and third. Cal in the Twitch chat with the hello. Hey Cal, how are you, brother? Thank you for tuning in. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. It's the first of their 3 days of races, 5 races. We've got this one up now, and then the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds up next. Tomorrow night will be the Waynesford Arse Racing Series and the Schuler Racing Series, as well as wrapping it up Wednesday morning Australian, Tuesday night American with the Motorwear International Limited late models. Only 4 weeks of racing to go before we crown our 5 champions. Tina Davis having a bit of an issue with her car in and out of the pits. So she has come to a stop back there on the exit of 2. A yellow flag, so I feel like she might have it in pit lane there. Or down low enough that it's not in the way. Oh, the 29, the 20 there getting into each other there. That is Jonathan Foxworth and Chad Putterball. Running with Jim Ravis there, all portion out, 23 of 35. Number of cars coming unstuck there. I don't think it's going to show on the telemetry though. No, it's not. Alright, we'll just get over to the restart cam, and while we're lining this one back up, lap 23 of 35 will be our start. I'll be back in just one moment. Alright, looks like they're getting ready to line back up. We're still double wide on our restarts. So Ken McLean and Josh Roberts on that front row. Alan Hunt and Wayne Bridges will be on that second one. Chad Putterball, Jonathan Foxworth, third row. Fourth row, Chris Downridge and Mikey Mixter. Then we've got fifth row of Travis McDonald, Jim Ravis. Just let the leaderboard all catch back up to itself. Jim Rivers and Travis McDonald on that 5th row. 6th row, Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood, teammates. Dawson Potter and Mike Davis on that 7th row. Callum McKellen and Lieutenant Davis will be on that 8th row as we get this one back underway. Lap 23 of 35 is about to start. Ken McLean rather up the front. The other KM initials. Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Jeff Roll, Wayne Bridges for the 5. It's going to be a little messy as we get this one back up to speed. The boys are going to be trying to get up to race speed as quickly as possible. But also trying to avoid any contact there. Look like Chad put. Oh, there we go. Jonathan Foxworth gets turned around by the 88. And I think the 57 of Jim Rivers caught up in that, pardon me, as well. As it starts to rain a few cautions. Caution breeds caution, they do say. 3 cautions so far in a short time. I was on mute the whole time. I muted myself to cough. Wow. Alright, we've got less than 10 laps to go in the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks feature race before we get on over to the KP Plumbing Olympian Modifieds. Ken McLean still our race leader. Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Chris Anderson, top 5. Travis McDonald, though, comes in like a wrecking ball. Well, caution has come out. I don't think it was from that, though. Looks like Tina Davis has jumped to the pits. So I'd say she has come unstuck. Let's have a look here. Didn't want to set into the slick, and that's put her up into the wall. That's brought out our latest caution. looks like Tina Davis still in the pits, and just 15 cars out on the track as we get our potential final green flag run for the KP Plumbing, no, the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. I'll get the names right eventually. Right, off we go, and racing at lap 28 of 35. Just 7 more to go. We'll spend one more time on the race cams around the track before we ultimately finish out this race with Ken McLean up the front if he holds onto it. Josh Roberts down behind Christian Shepard, on the 4 cars behind him in the top 5 that would love to challenge him for that spot. Alright, we'll see Tina Davis back out on the tracks. We have our full 16 car field still racing. Ken McLean, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Christian Shepard above the top 5. 6 to 10 is Travis McDonald, Mikey Mixter, Jim Ravis, Brian Angel, Mike Davis. 11 to 16, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood, Kelly McKellen, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, and Tina Davis. So we've got less than 5 to go. Jump up to Ken McLean and watch him out for the final 3 or 4 laps. As the cameraman gets some great shots of that race lead down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Nice and low there, keeping it as little of track distance as possible, keeping as much speed going. Oh, caution out. We're going to have ourselves a green-white check at 34-35 laps to finish up. Let's have a look and see if we can see on the telemetry what happened. Looks like Chad put about Josh Roberts in this one. 20 and the 42. The 42 up into the wall a little bit there. Comes up over the 20's nose. The 20 comes under him, but just a little bit of contact there, and they both come down the track into the 57. Jim Ravis also not having much luck there. trucks left the track. Looks like Chad Puttable in the pit still, so just 15 cars on the field. It's going to be Kent McLean, Alan Hunt, Chris Denrich, Travis McDonald, Jim Revis the 5. 6 to 10 is Mikey Mixter, Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood. 11 to 15, Jonathan Fox, Kevin McKellen, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts. Tina Davis is in 16th as she is 5 laps down, so we need to complete 5 laps with Chad in the pits to move up a spot, which won't happen as there's not enough time left in this race, just the 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish. Note caution out before we can get there. Kelly McKellen crashed that time. One machine, let's have a look. Going through the slick. 92, yeah, 92 just caught up with him, turned him around, turned him down into, I believe that was Chris Dandridge's car. Right, off we go, and a racing green, white, checkered finish to come again. 35 and 36 are our lap counts. Feature race was to be 35 as we extended out 1 lap because of the green, white, checkered finish start here, or finish rather. It is Kent McLean, Alan Hunt, Chris Denrich, Jim Revis, Travis McDonald at the top 5. Will that remain with 1 lap to go? Backstretch for the final time. It is Ken McLean, Alan Hunt, Chris Dandridge, Jim Revis, Travis McDonald. Jim Revis, Travis McDonald battling for that top 4 and 5 spot. Ooh, Ken only just got to the line with that turn in. Oh my gosh. All right, the results are up. Let's have a quick look at those. As we get our winner, Kent McLean's deets ready on the screen for an interview. But Tina Davis in 16th. DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 15th. Wayne Bridges from Wayne's World Racing Series in 14th. Kelly McKellen from Motor Mafia 13th. J&J Motorsports Josh Roberts in 12th. B-Main Bandit Jonathan at Foxworth in 11th, with Yoda Outlaws Brett Vanderwood in 10th. Motor Mafia's Mike Davis in 9th, with KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 8th. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel in 7th, with Mikey Mixter 16th. T-Mac Travis McDonald in our top 5, with DWR Dirt Warrior Racing teammate Jim Ravis in 4th. The Yoda Outlaws teammate Chris Dandridge finished on the podium with a top 3 finish. Alan Hunt 2nd. The BAM Motorsports driver Kent McLean takes out the victory here tonight. Let's get over to the Discord and have a chat. All right, this man looked good all night. Second quickest in qualifying. Was the second quickest in qualifying? Well, you won Heat 2, so you qualified outside pole in the feature. It looked like you got to line up with Travis. Obviously, he had to go to the rear of field, so you got a new competitor in, I believe it was
Jim.
Jim Revis, that's right. And he had a bit of bad luck. He always looks strong in a dirt street stock, and unfortunately, just wrong place, wrong time for him tonight. Did allow you to run away with it for a bit there. I think he was starting to run away with it. It looked like that was the sort of style that the track was sort of laid out in a sense that if you could just hit your marks and do your thing, just due to the natural competition behind you, you would just sort of pull away every lap. How much of that was the track? How much of that do you think was your marks? Like, how much of it do you think was the race, and how much of it do you think was you in terms of the pulling away from them?
Just hitting my marks. If you could keep that sucker momentum up just a hair and keep it down low in that moisture, you'd be really quick. And like when me and Jim, like if it wasn't for him getting tangled up, I probably wouldn't have got him. He's fast in these, and it would have been hard to get around him. As we were kind of yo-yoing, he'd pull away, I'd reel him right back in, then he'd pull away, and I'd try different lines, and he'd start kind of getting out there, and then I'd try run the bottom, catch him. But there wouldn't I don't think I would have been able to get around him if he wouldn't have had his bad luck. But it was definitely a fun race. I'm excited to go back and watch this one as all the guys were laughing and cutting up. And,
No, it definitely looked fun. There's once again the mid pack just always putting on a show. Competitive racing, 3 wide. A lot of back and forth. The random guys having to choose to back out of it because they don't want to be the one that gets caught in the sandwich type of thing. And no, it was some. It's 4 weeks to go. Well, 3 weeks now for the dirt street stocks. 3 more races. It's awesome to see that. Like I said, I think I said it to you last week as well. Some of you guys aren't in the points battle, but you can be the points battle by taking as many points as possible, leaving less points for the others that are battling. Your Chris Standridges and Travis McDonald's in this competition, for example. It's leaving less points for them to battle with, and meaning that the remaining points, the gap that they've got with each other, is going to remain pretty close, and it's going to make it pretty competitive when it does come into the championship round. All the while, you get to pick up bragging points and bragging rights and things like that along the way. But gee, that is such a tough field, the dirt street stocks. We've got a lot of different guys that have picked up wins in the season. I think this one has had, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different winners. And that includes Dawson Potter, who's leveled up this season and picked up a few victories in a couple of different divisions. So it's got to feel good, I guess. A, as one of the sort of the lead crew, but B, as a driver, knowing that we're at the 4th last race of this season. There's 16 cars in this round, and you guys are racing as if you're all winning the championship, and it's the start of the season, sort of thing. Like it's early in the season. It's not the dying stages. I guess, as I say, as a league owner, as a league operator, that's going to feel pretty good. As a driver, does that stress you a little bit, just knowing that the competition is still so damn strong?
Yeah, I mean, because like I go into some of these races, and I'll tell myself, hey, you get a top 5, you're doing good. I mean, it's not to be, upset about or whatever, I mean, because like we say each week, all these guys are getting faster. We're getting, new guys that are coming in that are already fast. So it keeps you on your toes and really, keeps you on your A game. So it's a blast to, people that are leveling up and winning, like Dawson. He's just, I mean, he's always been right there at the threshold, then always has bad luck, and then he's finally broke through that, and I think he's got that big weight off his shoulders where he can go in and just drive and have fun, like instead of worrying about, oh, I'm gonna have bad luck tonight, and just but yeah, I mean, it's definitely a blast to have all these guys. We have, such a competitive group that you don't know who's going to win each night. So.
No, it is awesome. Alan Hunt and Brian Angel Senior both in the chat saying nice win, Ken. And yeah, it was. It looked like you had it in the bag. I mean, you did have it in the bag, but it looked like you had it in the bag with just a couple to go. And then that real late green white checkered came out and sort of regrouped you all again, and they've got to be nerve wracking just because you know that you could hit your marks all night, and then you can overpsych yourself and just you know miss the start or telegraph it too much, and then you've got that 2-lap dash, that first lap, to make sure that you don't have to worry about um, causing a caution or someone having a caution, and then that last lap obviously to see it through. But no, you did it perfectly. In fact, this is how much of a driver this guy is, ladies and gentlemen. I've just switched over to the KP Plumbing UMP modified screen just to get ready for my little 5-minute break for in between races. And who do we have turning laps on our screen but Kent McLean? He's supposed to be in the winner's booth talking to us, but he's got the radio on in the car instead. That's how keen he is to get out there. Well, Lanier National Speedway, I think this is probably one of everyone's favourite tracks. I feel like it's more of a late model than a modified track, but I know you guys can make any track, any car suitable for any track, or any track sort of relatable to any car. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Looks like you're running quite nice lines out there. We'll let you get out there and run those lines, have a break, stretch your legs, do all the things we do before the next race. But we'll see you on our screens probably very soon, and have you back in the booth anytime. Before we let you go though, man, and good luck in the KP Plumbing UP Modifieds. But friends, family and sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
Yeah, the wife and kids, all the guys at KHR, all the admins for all the work they do. KP Plumbing Services, John with BAM Motorsports, my teammate. Like I say, you, Bob, for the broadcast. I mean, we couldn't do it with each and every one of us coming together and putting on this show. I know I don't want to big note my part of the process or the proceedings, but it's just perfect how well everything has come together. Like you've got the admins, you all have different ideas, but they seem to gel with the same direction and vision of the league. We see drivers coming and going. We see drivers sort of debuting or returning and leaving, and just meshing. Everyone sort of gelling. The broadcast is simple. I just watch such good racing. And I've got to be careful how much I say that, because I know you guys sort of go, well, look, if you enjoyed it so much, we won't worry about the fees next month. You guys, it's so easy to do, but it is such a, you guys make this so easy to call, and like I get caught up in it sometimes where I'm silent, the mouth open, just watching some great racing, because as a sport, I love watching it. It's why I do this, what I do, but you guys just you just add to it. It's just such a perfect mix, I think, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like I add the least amount of anything to that perfect mix, but it's just great how every factor of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League has come together, and it just works. It's just awesome. Yeah, it's great. We have an awesome group of guys, and it's definitely a blessing. Just found Josh on Facebook, so.
Well, likewise, yeah, Josh, just looking for looking at broadcasters online, and then saw my page and watched a few races and went, yeah, we can work with that. And it was just like I think it's the first time someone's reached out. Normally usually it's one of my mates will comment on a post or will recommend me, but Josh looked at the stuff and sort of went, yep, let's do this. And I'm so glad he did. I'm so glad he did, because I've had the pleasure of doing some really good leagues, but I feel like if this is it, I'm not saying that I'm not going to broadcast any other leagues, because I probably will every other day or something like that, but I feel like you guys, this is, the home league, because every league I've broadcast has just gotten better and better. Some I return to, some sort of come and go, but I just can't imagine finding another league that can top this. Like I just can't. I could jump into the Discord at a random moment's notice in the middle of a race and not have to worry about anyone giving anyone crap or anything like that. It's just so good. I'm waffling now. I'm going to let you go, because I just realised that we're almost right through practice already. Good luck out there, man. I'm sorry, I had a rough night's sleep last night, so I think I'm in that tired, trappy, talky mode sort of thing, which is good for commentary. Not so good if you're trying to move along time and things like that. So, there you are on our screens again. Second quickest out there in practice. So good luck, man. We'll see you come through the heat races into the feature, and hopefully we're talking again soon.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, brother. Bye. All right. As I learn to stop talking, we will just move us in to, as you can see on the screen there, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds, UMP Modifieds here at the Lanier National Speedway, Braselton, USA. Let's get on to the leaderboards. There we go. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. We will be back soon, but until then, just enjoy the practice session of the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. BobbethTV is back as we get ready to wrap up practice for the KP Plumbing UMP Modified Chad Football. 13.580 is our quick time out there. 13.588, second quickest for Kent McLean. Chris Dandridge third quickest with a 13.664. Mike Davis and Wayne Bridges round out the top five with 13.746. Pardon me, 13.781. Brian Angel with a 13.791. 13. Hiccups now. 8.20 for Josh Robertson, seventh quickest. Behind him in eighth, Brett Vanderwood with 13.868. The 13.897 for Alan Hunt. Callum McKellen with a 14.008. In 10th, Dawson Potter behind him in 11th, 14.053 with a 14.158. Jonathan Foxworth, 14.174 for Travis McDonald. Mikey Mixter, 14.257 and 14.273 for Jason Coffey. Looks like we've lost a couple of drivers. I can see Tina Davis. I'm not sure who the other one is. Jim Revis. And we've picked up Jason Coffey in the UMP Modifieds. As practice wraps up, 5 seconds to go. Qualifying is up. See Mikey Mixer, Alan Hunt, Chris Denrich, Kelly McKellen, Jason Coffey all out there. All right, 14.567. Kent McLean running that momentum from the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks victory into a quick time here tonight in the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. 14.567 versus 14.646 for Wayne Bridges in second. 14.678 for that man that was just in our screens. Chad put a bowl. Mike Davis in fourth with 14.683 and 14.707 for Mike Mixer top five. Callum McKellen just a thousandth of a second slower. 14.708. Then we've got two 14.711s, Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood, teammates for Yoda Outlaws. Dawson Potter with a 14.717 in ninth. Jason Coffey, 14.744 for 10th. Chris Standridge, 14.811, full 1/10 slower than teammates. Alan Hunt, 14.833, but Dawson Potter, 14.535. I got excited, 14.553 to take quick time there. Travis McDonald moves in the third quickest with a 14.604. All right, qualifying is done. We've got our 15-car field ordered out. Dawson Potter with the quick time of 14.553. Kent McLean did have that momentum coming in from the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks, but Dawson able to get that UMP around the track quicker. It's going to be an exciting race here at Lanier National Speedway. Very racy track, so should be fun to watch. All right, looks like we're going to line up for our first heat. Grid for the heat 1 for the KP Plumbing European Modifieds here at the National Speedway. Dawson Potter and Josh Roberts on that front row. Mike Davis and Brian Angel second row. The B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth will be on that third and final row. All right, here we go. Door supporter Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, 5 cars, heat 1. KP Plumbing European Modifieds underway, 8 laps. Josh Roberts up high. Dawson Potter just down low. Brian Angel might have a run past Dawson though, up high. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth sort of has that mid to high run with Mike Davis back there at the rear of the field following him. Dawson's still staying that mid to low run. You know that if you stay on the high line and keep it good, hit your marks, you will get past them. And Brian Angel proving that there as he comes out of 2 down the backstretch into 3 and 4, gets the pass into second. Dawson back to third there with Jonathan Fox and Mike Davis 4th and 5th still. Of 8. Dawson Potter did start this race in pole position, has fallen back to 3rd spot. Josh Roberts currently a race leader with Brian Angel in between them in 2nd. Dawson up into the wall though. He is going to fall all the way to the rear of field as Jonathan Foxworth and Mike Davis come past him. I've just cursed him badly there, I think. I apologise if that was me. Roberts comes through 3 and 4 for that last time lap. 8 of 8 gets the checkered flag. Might have to quickly look at the points though as we wait the results to come in, because I wonder who the actual points leader is. Kent by a considerable amount. Let's get to the results of Heat 1 though, as they line up Heat 2. Okay, Charles Dawson Potter in 5th. Michael Mad Dog Davis for Modig Mafia in 4th. B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth 3rd. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel 2nd. J&J Motorsports Josh Roberts though takes out the Heat 1 victory. Will secure the pole position start in the feature race. But our grid for Heat 2 though, Kent McLean and Wayne Bridges will be on that front row. Mikey Mixer and Brett Vanderwood on that second. Third row is going to be Chris Standridge. As we see, they've already started to roll out. pace trucks left the track. Boys come through 3 and 4 into the exit. The straightaways there. Bunny waving flag, the light flashes. Off we go. Heat 2, just one more heat race for the day to go. It is Kent McLean versus Wayne Bridges up the front there. Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, Chris Standridge. Brett Vanderwood, Chris Standridge teammates. As they fight side by side. McLean, Brett Vanderwood still side by side as they race. Brent up high, Chris down low. Mikey Mixer up there ahead of Chris Standridge. In third, Wayne Bridges and Kent McLean battling up the front. Well, not really battling. Kent has got himself about a 7/10 lead over Wayne Bridges as he races his way for a Heat 2 victory. We'll be starting rear of field because of the points. Easy to see why he's so dominating in Heat 2 though. White flag, a lap. Pardon me. Down that backstretch into 3 and 4. Wayne Bridges can only watch as Kent McLean hits his marks up high. Comes racing out of 4, gets that checkered flag. 2 is over. Alright, results are as follows. Jared Outlaw scored the 5th and 4th spots. Chris Standridge and Brent Vanderwood respectively. Mikey Mixter 3rd. Wayne Bridges 2nd. Bad Motorsports, Kent McLean takes out the Heat 2 victory. One more heat race to go. 5 cars, 8 laps. It is going to be Travis McDonald and Chad Puttable on that front row. Kelly McKellen and Jason Coffey second row. Alan Hunt will be on that third and final row. We go and racing. Travis McDonald, Chad. Oh, I didn't do the grid at all. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Kelly McKellen, Alan Hunt, Jessica. Oh my god, I'm so slack on that like that heat. So sorry, guys. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Kelly McKellen, Jason Coffey, Alan Hunt. Up the front, it's the 88 and the 20. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable behind them. The 3-car field tightly packed together. Kelly McKellen, Jason Coffey, Alan Hunt. Halfway mark of this heat race. 4 in, 4 to go. I'm trying to make that low line work there, but Jason Coffey, Kelly McKellen able to keep that mid to high line run fast. 7 of 8, just 2 to go here. So the track map, the 88, the 20, they're coming out of 3 and 4. Got the white flag a lap. We're going to get up to the front here because that battle is pretty fierce. Only a tenth of a second, 2/10 in it there. Chad Puttebolt, Travis McDonald as they come into 3 and 4 for the last time. Looks like it's going to be Travis McDonald up high with the run out. Chad in at second. That concludes all of our heat racing for tonight. Just one more feature race to go on the schedule. That will be the main event for this KP Public European Modified race here at Lanier National Speedway. Heat 3's results are as follows. Alan Hunt in 5th. RCI's Jason Coffey 4th. Kelly McKellen for Modigan Mafia in 3rd. Chad Puttebolt for DWR Dirt Warrior Racing in 2nd. But T-Mac Travis McDonald picks up the Heat 3 victory. Let's get over to our grid for this one. Now, I believe Kent McLean will go to the rear of field. So it's going to be Josh Roberts and Brian Angel on that front row. Travis McDonald and Chad Puttebolt. Well, someone else is pulling out on the other side. Who's that? Travis McDonald, I believe. So Josh Roberts and Brian Angel front row. Wayne Bridges and Chad Puttebolt second. We'll wait for the leaderboard to update. I think it might be a bit easier. So that's Kent McLean and Josh Roberts. Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, front row, Wayne Bridges and Jonathan Fox was second, third. Chad Puttebolt, Michael Mixon, fourth. Kelly McKellen and Mike Davis. Fifth row will be Brett Van Wood and Jason Coffey. Sixth row, Dawson Potter and Christian Richards. Seventh row, Dawson Potter, Christian Richards, Alan Hunt and Travis McDonald. Eighth row, ninth row, Kent McLean. I'll get it all right soon. 30 to 5, a lap, a feature race. Pace truck has left the track. The boys are racing. Let's get to our racing cams. Kent McLean, Travis McDonald. Oh, Kent McLean into the wall, down into, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Brian Angel. Chad Puttebolt, a lot of guys caught up in that. Let's see, it looks like Chad Puttebolt was the first one registered, so we'll just watch from his point of view, the 20 car up the top there. 42 and the 7 into the wall. It looks like the 29, one of the other cars got into the 7, and that just caused a chain reaction. Alright, we're getting this one lined back up. Trying to work out the lines, because it's not Travis McDonald on the inside. Christianich is there, so it's just hard to tell where people are starting. What is going on there? The race goes a bit crazy. Alan Hunt, Brett Vanderwood, Michael Mixon. I can't tell who's in what position at the moment. The leaderboard's not doing the right thing. Looks like it's Brett Vanderwood in a race lead. Michael Mixon, Christian Dawson Potter, Kent McLean, the 5. Fox, Kent McLean, Bridges, Chad Puttebolt, the 10, 11 to 15. Josh Roberts, Jason Coffey, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, and Michael Mad Dog Davis. 6 of 35, riding along with the 6th place Travis McDonald here. Started rear at field, so for him to be battling just outside that top 5, it just shows you exactly how competitive he is in a UMP modified. Excuse me. At 10 of 35, it is still Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixture, Chris Sanders, Dawson Potter, and Ken McLean at the top 5. Yoda Outlaws got 2 of the 5 slots there in the top 5. Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth, Chad Woodwell, Josh Roberts, Jason Coffey, the 6 to 10. Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen, sorry, Jason Coffey, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, and Mike Davis, the 11 to 15. Mikey Mixer starting to build a bit of a run up high. Can he get himself around Brett Vanderwood? He might be able to if he can keep it straight and keep those marks being hit correctly. He does have Ken McLean and Chris Standridge, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald all back there behind him though, so no room for errors. As Mikey takes the relative first place as he comes out of 3 and 4, gets the start finish line, he will officially be in our race lead. Back to second there. Ken McLean, our 3rd place driver so far, 15 of 35. Chris Standridge in at 4th. There's Ken McLean below him, as well as Brett Vanderwood. That's his teammate. He's got Mikey Mixture up ahead of him. Oh, Mikey got very sideways. Sorry, Brett got very sideways there. Very well to not check up, to not hit him. He had to check up a bit though, so he did lose a few spots, but still plenty of race to go, about halfway mark, so still plenty of time. Of 35, and Mikey Mixter, so that race leader we can see on the track map, managed to pull away from Chris Standridge in 2nd place. He's about 1.5 second lead, 1.3 seconds. Brett Vanderwood about 2.2 seconds back there in 3rd. So Mikey really able to sort of just concentrate and hit his marks. That 2nd to 5th, 6th spot quite hotly contested at the moment. Standridge, Ken McLean, they're battling now. Ken's gotten around Chris. Chris falls back to 3rd. Ken 2nd. There's that 2-second lead for Mikey Mixter is looking quite comfortable. Lap 24 of 35. 35, 10 laps remain. We're riding along with the 6th place Travis McDonald. Just see Dawson Potter to the left below him as we're riding along inside his car. So far, still 7 laps to go for the final stages of this 35 lap feature race for the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds here at Lanier National Speedway. We're in Braselton, USA. Place spot hotly contested. Chris Dandridge, Dawson, Potter, Travis McDonald, they all won it. Right now it's between Dawson and Chris. Ken McLean's broken away from the pack. He's still a second or so behind Mikey Mixter, but he is closing at that gap down fast. With only 5 laps to go. I know that battle up in the middle pack that we've been watching is awesome, but we're going to go check out this battle between Mikey Mixter and Ken McLean. Can Mikey hold on 4 more laps with 3.5 really? As we get to the start finish line, 3 laps remain. 0 on our screens, the 13 on the leaderboard, Mikey Mixter. And he get his first UMP modified victory for the season. 2 laps remain. Ken's got something working on that low line. He is closing that distance. It's down to 0.3 of a second, 0.4. Getting very close as they come around that low line. All right, we're on our white flag lap. Let's get to our external cams. Keep an eye on this. This is Ken McLean's last chance. Can he steal victory from Mikey Mixter? Can Mikey Mixter hold on as we come into 3 and 4? I think Ken's going to get it done here as they race down the start-finish line. Oh my gosh, what a victory. Kent McLean holds on and just draws Mikey in with the last few laps. Gets him on the final turn. It's going to be heartbreaking for the Mixter team, but Kent McLean, what a battle. Let's get to our results. Oh, that's Heat 3's results, Bob. We want Heat feature. Heat feature. We want the feature results. There we go. Mo Digging Mafias, Mike Mad Dog Davis in 15th, Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 14th, 13th, Alan Hunt with Wayne Bridges in 12th, Mo Digging Mafias, Callum McCallan 11th, RCI's Jason Coffey 10th, DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball in 9th with the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Fox with 8th, Yoda Outlaws, Chris Standridge and Brett Vanderwood in 7th and 6th respectively. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 5th, 4th, Travis McDonald with KHR's Dawson Potter in 3rd. Mikey Mixter with a hard-fought 2nd place, almost took that one home. And Ken McLean for BAM Motorsports takes the back-to-back victories here tonight for the Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian round of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League, taking out the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds and the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks. So let's get his deets on the screen properly. And we'll jump back in the booth and have a chat with him. Well, that seat should still be warm. Welcome back, Ken McLean. Looks like you're the resident heartbreaker in the team while John Bennett is on hiatus as he sorts his internet issues out. But Mikey Mixter, geez, he looked strong for a long time there. Part of that did seem to be that awesome battle between yourself, Dawson, Travis. I think Josh, Brett Vanderwood was a part of it as well, Chris Standridge. Like I said in the Dirt Street Stocks, that 2nd to 6th, 2nd to 7th. It's just it's every week, every race. That is where the battles are. Those guys battling like you either owe each other money, or if as long as you finish in front of one of those guys, it's championship victory. It's such hard fought battles there that we saw. Mikey get out to a 2-second lead, and a 2-second lead on you guys is that's pat yourself on the back because that is insane. But once you're able to sort of break off of that group and let them fight amongst themselves, geez, every lap you just die. I think you knocked about 2/10, 3/10 of a second off of that time that Mikey had, and it looked like he was going to have it. He sort of from some of those runs, he was a little bit more mid high, not high, and I think the high is what locked that in for you in terms of you just had that great low line run where it seemed to be maximizing your speed but minimizing the amount of track coverage that you had to really worry about. That low line, did it come in late or was that just always there?
No, it's that's what I ran that the whole race. Toward the end, I moved up kind of toward the middle. I'd enter in low, but kind of around the middle. It, I've raced here enough. I know this track. I mean, it's like the back of my hand.
Yep.
Like these cars, one of the quicker lines is it don't matter if it's completely slicked off. Run the middle. Keep it straight as possible. Throttle control. That was the quickest way around here. And I was at first, once I finally got around Chris or whoever it was, I was like, golly, Mikey's way out there. I don't think I'm going to catch him. And then I know he got in the wall a few times. That what it looked like from my end. I know iRacing's been bad about that lately, but it showed him, kind of getting into the wall. I was like, well, I'm gaining on him. Well, my relative was scrolled down from where I started, so I never could see how much I was gaining on him.
Yep.
And then finally, just one lap, I hit the back straightaway. I just scrolled over there and zoomed it up, and I was like, all right. And then I was able to see, I was actually pulling on him. I was like, well, I'm just going to keep, it's either going to be a really good finish, side by side, or I'm not going to have anything for him. So, but it turned out that was a really good race.
It was. Like I say, I feel like, in hindsight, and it's so easy to talk about it sitting up here in the booth watching it, but I think if he just brought that down a car with on that line, it would have been very, very different. It looked like when he was sort of able to just race ahead of you guys, he was just hitting his marks, doing his thing. But as you were getting closer, I felt like he had that sense of urgency and just was sort of tank slapping the wall a little bit. Not enough to take away a bunch of speed, but enough to sort of, I guess, just 2 steps forward, 1 step back a little bit for him there in those dying stages. So he'll definitely go back, look at that, and reevaluate. I feel like the next time that sort of battle happens, you might see a different Mikey Mixter, but we spoke about it in the Dirt Street Stocks. There's a couple of drivers that have leveled up, and I think this top 3 is the perfect example of it. Mikey Mixter and Dawson Potter. Mikey, getting out to a 2-second lead almost there. Dawson Potter staying with the top of the field. You and Travis, I think it was the start of rear field, coming all the way through is just insane. Your points lead in this competition. I know that obviously this one, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like this particular competition a little bit more special to you, being the KP Plumbing European Modifieds. So obviously that's a big motivation to do well, I imagine.
It is, and I love these UMPs. I would, being here, I think this may be my 3rd season now.
Yep.
With these guys, and I've let 2 championships slip away by like mere single-digit points. So, I'd like to finally get one with these guys. That'd be pretty cool.
No, I mean, we haven't got Kokomo's points from last week yet, but coming into that race, it was, let's see, what's that, 17-point lead over Travis McDonald. Now, obviously, you in first, Travis in fourth, so there's about 3 or 4 point difference there. So, still building that gap, but we've just got Eldora, Volusia, and Charlotte to go. Now, we couldn't have picked a more racier run home, I think, with Lanier, then Eldora, then Volusia, and then finishing up at the dirt track at Charlotte. Dirt track at Charlotte, my absolute favourite dirt track on the sim. It's just that one track that really clicked with me. I love it. I always do well there. I think it was one of the first tracks I did get some success on, and I've always enjoyed it. So to see that that's where the championship is, I don't never want to wish away the season, but I cannot wait for that round. I feel like that's going to be the deciding round. And what a track to finish it on. It is going to be a battle, but we've still got 3 weeks to get there. You've extended out that lead. I'd say to what we'd probably say about 13 points now. But that's still at least a race and a bit in terms of points. So that does give you that sort of comfortable buffer. So if guys like Mikey Mixter or Dawson Potter a couple of weeks ago as well, step up and get the surprise victory, it's not going to. It's just one race. It's not going to upset that points battle too much. You're still going to have a good run. Possibly come to the final race, but that's if I could write the script, that's exactly how I would do it. So I know you guys would like to be comfortable, but it lends for some great TV.
Well, it's definitely going to be down to the last race because I'll tell them now. These next 2 weeks I won't be here.
I was going to say you've
So-
got at least one race that you're not going to be here for in the final month of the season. We knew that coming in,
Yeah.
and that was a good retrospect for that points buffer. But that's it. It doesn't allow you to have a race that's
so
out of your control, so to speak.
Because I think Travis won last week. I think I finished second,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So
So probably about roughly 12, about 12, 13 points, I reckon, difference.
yeah. So
with you missing at least one race,
it'll be it'll be close.
It's definitely, you might be. I feel like it might work to your advantage in that by the time we get there, Travis may be a point or two ahead, but that means you won't have the no championship. Well, so it's only those two races.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. We'll have to watch out over the next couple of weeks, and for the races that you're not there, we know that you'll be sneaking in via the Facebooks and things like that to keep an eye on who's doing and what.
I'm counting on your broadcaster's curse. Wow.
My PayPal is Bobbeth at I think I hit Dawson pretty early on actually with that in the street stocks. I forgot about that. I do have to apologise, Dawson. I started to chalk you up and you just fell straight back down the field in that heat race. And I apologise. But I do, try and keep the broadcaster's curse under control. But look, we'll see if we can unleash some controlled mayhem next week for you. But until then, we've still got 3 more races to go. We've got the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series tomorrow, the Asphalt Street Stocks, then the Shula Racing Series, non-winged beasts, as well as wrapping up the racing with the Motorwear International Limited late models. So we likely, I know volleyball, softball, etc. is finished for the ball.
No.
Hasn't finished?
No.
It's not on?
Volleyball is is done. And softball has just started back up with winter training. It's a whole thing.
It is a thing. Yeah, look, I don't miss it. My youngin, my youngest, he's still in basketball, but he's pretty much self-reliant in terms of getting himself to the games. He coaches, umpires, and plays and stuff like that. But I remember when my middle daughter, my youngest daughter, she did theatre, dance, and all this other stuff. My other one did like sports and it was just like, it was almost like they went, no, I'm going to do these activities because they're not on the days that my sister's not on it, but to not realize that just meant 6 of the 7 days of the week we were doing things. So yeah, I'm glad they're all grown up. So not far to go for you, I imagine, but no, enjoy it, because as soon as it's over, that's when you realize how good it was. But
it's definitely, I'm definitely soaking it in and trying to enjoy every moment of it while it drains my bank account.
That's You might as well live a little bit vicariously through them to get some enjoyment out of it, especially if you're at that stage where you're an ATM / Uber service for them.
Yes.
All right, man. Look, we heard about them earlier. Never hear about them enough, though. Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to?
The wife and kids, as always. You, Bob, for the broadcast. Again, all the guys at KHR and the admins, all the work they put in each week. John, my teammate with Bam Motorsports, KP Plumbing Services. And my dad for, getting me into racing. And, I've always enjoyed it, and it's something I've been decently good at, and I wish I could do it in real life again, but yeah.
This is the cheap alternative. That makes it a little bit accessible to those that miss the real life. Envious of the guys like Chris and Josh that get to to do it on the weeknights, and then the weekends get to go do it for real as well. But it's good to keep up with what they do and stuff like that. Why do we have Mikey's name on the board, not Ken's? Let's get that fixed up. All right, my man. Look, best of luck with everything else. Bragging rights for tonight. Back-to-back victories in both the REECE Monument Dirt Street Stocks as well as the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. We'll look forward to seeing you on the screens the next time we can. But until then, my man, best of luck with everything. Love to the family, and I hope the kids do well in their sports. And we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, mate. Bye. All right, that was Kent McLean. Thank you for the follow on the Twitch side of thing, Ruddy's Live. Appreciate you. And Cody McDonald in the chat. Hope all is going well, Bob. Just finished Battle of Bluegrass race. Went in from 16th to 4th and collected the hard charger award along with $20. Congratulations, brother. Out there doing the McDonald thing. Had to come in here and see if my brother was doing some whooping. Seemed to be doing great. Yeah, Travis, definitely picking up where you have left off. He is contending for a number of the 5 championships that are up for grabs in the next 4 weeks, which is pretty much where we left off last season with you, Cody. So, definitely doing the McDonald thing and making you boys proud. Thanks for tuning in. All right, that sort of wraps up tonight's broadcast. We'll be back again tomorrow night, as I said, with the Wenswood Ask Racing series, as well as the Schuler Racing series. Big shout out to Cody McDonald, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Brett Vanderwood. Cody whooped him earlier. Ruddy's Live, Kelly McKellen, Chris Danridge, Brian Angel, Thomas, Dennis, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood, Josh Roberts for the likes and shares and the follows. Appreciate you all. That is me for one night. See you again tomorrow night. You know the drill. My name's Bob. Love you all. Bye.